news where you go. Download the ABC 7 News app now.
Good morning, America. Breaking news as we come on the air. A giant earthquake off the coast of Alaska, sparking alerts and tsunami watches across the entire West Coast.
A tsunami warning has been issued for this area.
People told to evacuate immediately. Police saying this is not a drill.
Back in business. Hundreds of thousands of government workers now on the job again after President Trump signs a bill to end the shutdown overnight. But the fight's not over. What does this temporary deal mean for the fate of 800,000 dreamers?
Sweet Caroline. Breaking overnight, Neil Diamond's big announcement about his future and his private health battle.
And countdown to the Oscars, the biggest morning for the greatest show in Hollywood. Can I, Tanya, grab Oscar gold?
I made you a champion.
And will Wonder Woman soar? The nominations live right here on GMA.
No one does Oscar like GMA. And if they say they do, they're lying.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. We want to get right to that breaking news. A massive earthquake off the coast of Alaska, 7.9. It has sparked tsunami alerts up and down the West Coast this morning.
And listen to this again. That's the alert that's waking people up in Alaska this morning. People are told to get to higher ground immediately and to take shelter.
And in San Francisco, this alert going out to so many saying prepare to evacuate and check on your neighbors. And in Washington State, people told to get ready to take action. So let's get right to Kana Whitworth, who's on the pier in Santa Monica, California. Kana.
Hey, Robin, good morning. So the first warning signs came in from the National Weather Service here, and they were sent to cell phones in Alaska. They were telling people to get to higher ground. And here in the West Coast, in California, look at this. This is on my cell phone. I woke up to this. It says tsunami watch for the West Coast. So now those that evacuated in Alaska to higher ground are just waiting to see if and when the tsunami hits. This is the alarm that woke residents in Alaska in the middle of the night. A tsunami warning triggered by a 7.9 earthquake off the coast of Alaska. A tsunami watch generated up and down much of the West Coast from British Columbia all the way to San Francisco Bay.
This is not a drill. This is an actual tsunami warning. Everybody get at least 100 feet above sea level. High school parking lot. Pillar Mountain is safe. However, it is very backed up right now, so you won't make it there in 5 minutes. So best place right now is a high school parking lot. Everybody get out of your homes and make it a safe place.
The tsunami expected to strike Kodiak, Alaska first. Residents heeding the evacuation orders rushing to higher ground.
There's nothing to be scared of.
The quake took place in shallow water about 175 miles off the coast, and according to NOAA, tsunami waves can travel as fast as 500 miles an hour in deep water. In shallow water, the waves slow in height and size as they build. Now, a colleague pointed out to me that 500 miles an hour, that is as fast as a commercial jet. So this is a very scary situation for people. Also, just a few minutes ago, the Kodiak Police Department sent out a tweet saying that they're actually seeing waters receding from their harbors. So they are asking folks that made their way to higher ground to remain in place. So it's important to note that right now, where I stand here in Los Angeles, we're some 350 miles from San Francisco, and within the hour, they issued a tsunami watch. And what they're saying is that if you're within 3 blocks of the Pacific coast or 5 blocks from the Pacific Bay, they have to be prepared to evacuate. Again, that's for people living in San Francisco. So you're at a greater risk if you're less than 25 feet above sea level. So this is a very scary situation for people in the West Coast. It is possible that if we see a tsunami, we could see it very soon in Alaska. And as time moves on, the tsunami warning and watch will move all the way down the West Coast. So again, everybody remains on high alert here on the West Coast. Robin?
And Kana, can you give us a feeling of what it's like to receive the alert like you did this morning?
Yeah, you know, Robin, it's very scary. My husband actually noticed it first, and he woke me up a little bit nervous because we don't live that far from the water. And so it's very jarring to get that alert on your phone. And what you know is you just have to head to higher ground.
All right, Kena, thank you very much. And you mentioned Kodiak, and we want to go to Kodiak School Superintendent Larry Ledoux, who's at a shelter there in Alaska. Larry, thank you so much for being with us. And we heard what Kena was saying in the report there about the receding waters. When did you first feel the earthquake, Larry?
Well, I don't know the exact time. I know that I was awake and the house started to shake. And it went on, which is not really normal for the kind of earthquakes I've experienced here in Alaska. Usually they're short. This was long.
And can you give us a sense of the mood right now, the emotions that are running there in the shelter?
Well, we have 500 or 600 people here at the high school, and we open all of our schools as shelters when we get an alert. So it's pretty relaxed. People are just sitting around talking to one another, children, adults, elders. Very relaxed atmosphere.
I'm glad to hear that. And what are you all being told at this hour?
Well, we monitor the city police, and they provide alerts. And right now, they're just saying, stay in place until you get official word.
And you're mentioning all the people there in the shelter, and we know that in 1964, your beloved town, Kodiak, was hit hard by a tsunami, and there are some people that went through that. Are they sharing anything of what happened then?
I think they are. I recognize a number of people sitting here who were here in '64, but you know, tsunamis are part of our life. We have sirens tested every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. We drill our students once a month. So it's a rather relaxed atmosphere considering what's happening.
Well, we're glad that you're all prepared, and it's reassuring hearing your voice, Larry. Thank you. You take care.
Yeah, he does sound pretty chill about it all right. Now I want to go to Ginger right now for the latest on the tsunami warnings.
And those tsunami warnings coming with several aftershocks that just keep coming in. I wanted to just place this for you so you can see how close to Kodiak that actual original earthquake of 7.9 magnitude was, 170 miles to the south and east. That's why from the Aleutian Islands right through coastal Alaska into British Columbia along the coast, that's where we have the warning, because that's where the wave would hit strongest and closest. Then it propagates southward. We have these in Eastern time for right now, so if you're watching for your family and friends on the West Coast, both from Washington State through Oregon, that's till 8:15. Then just before 10 a.m. down to Los Angeles and San Francisco about an hour before that. Guys, the Ring of Fire, that area where 90% of the Earth's earthquakes occur, has been active the last 10 days. Indonesia had a 6.0 earthquake, and this video coming out of Japan shows the volcanic eruption at a popular ski resort in central Japan, where it set off an avalanche, killed at least one person, and several have been injured. George?
Boy, tense time. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. And now that winter storm is moving from the Midwest to the East Coast, Washington to Boston are bracing for torrential rain, flooding, and even ice jams. ABC's Gio Benitez is on the ground in East Haddam, Connecticut this morning. Good morning to you, Gio.
Hey there, Michael. Good morning to you. Listen, these are those ice jams that we're talking about. This is the Connecticut River, believe it or not. And just look at all of this ice. I want to show you just how much ice. We have a live wide shot right now, and you can just see the ice goes on for miles and miles. And when you have heavy rain, which is expected later today, that's when you have those flooding concerns because the water has nowhere to go. So right now, we have a flood warning in effect here in Connecticut. This morning, cities across the U.S. facing heavy rain and flooding threats. But in the Midwest, they are still picking up the pieces after blizzard conditions. From Nebraska, this semi-truck in a ditch after 10 inches of snowfall Monday.
Road conditions are extremely hazardous. We're advising that you do not go out in these conditions.
To South Dakota, abandoned cars scattered along the side of this highway. Whiteout conditions in Sioux City, Iowa, a winter wonderland from above, but a nightmare for drivers down below.
I think people are underestimating how slippery it actually is.
And heavy snowfall isn't the only threat. Powerful winds creating blinding conditions on the highways, causing crashes like this multi-truck pileup near Lincoln.
Can we try to back up? Yeah.
Conditions in Minnesota just as messy, cars spinning out or completely abandoned in the middle of the road. St. Paul Airport halting all arrivals overnight. I want to show you right now the kind of damage that these ice jams can cause. All of this ice, look at this. This was a pier that the ice just brought right here on shore. Now, this flood warning here is in effect through tonight, Michael.
All right, thank you, Gio. And we're looking at each other like that's
Connecticut.
Don't underestimate this storm, though. I think that's the big message.
It is powerful. We're going to go to Washington now, where the government is back open after a 3-day shutdown. Overnight, President Trump claimed victory in the showdown as he signed a bill to fund the government for another 3 weeks. But the parties remain far apart on the key issue of immigration and the Dreamers. Our senior congressional correspondent Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill with the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, the government is back open for just another 3 weeks, but the sticking points at the heart of this debate are still not resolved. They still don't have a plan to protect Dreamers. And with the clock ticking, we could be right back where this started in just 17 days. This morning, the shutdown is officially over, but the fight continues.
Opening the government was one step, but the real work, I think, comes.
And we got the process started, and now we have to get the bills done.
Democrats Monday agreed to a deal to reopen the government for just 3 more weeks and extend the children's health insurance program in exchange for a promise. The Senate Republican leader vowing to work on a solution for Dreamers.
This immigration debate will have a level playing field.
But it's a big risk for Democrats who shut down the government over demands that Dreamers be protected. Now they are changing course and trusting that the Republican leader will follow through.
Are you confident that Mitch McConnell is going to keep his word?
McConnell made a pledge in front of the world, so we're counting on him, and I think he will. I hope he will.
President Trump has given Congress until March 5th to solve the Dreamer issue, or nearly 800,000 undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children could face deportation.
The Republican majority now has 17 days to prevent the Dreamers from being deported.
While Senate Republicans have vowed to act on Dreamers, House Republicans haven't made any promises. And now, with another possible shutdown looming, even some Democratic leaders are skeptical.
It does not guarantee that the Congress will address the issues. I pray that neither I nor the Congress will be in this same position come February 8th.
Now, going forward, the bipartisan group of senators who helped hammer out this deal are going to continue their talks. This is a new group. They haven't worked together much before, and apparently they're quite a chatty group, too. We're told that during these meetings, they would actually pass around a Native American talking stick to help maintain some semblance of order as the group grew, and that didn't cut it well. They just went to tossing around a basketball. Apparently, that's now what it takes to get something done here on the Hill.
It did work. They're claiming victory, but Senator Schumer, the Democratic leader, facing quite a backlash, Mary, and I noticed that just about all the Democrats who are looking to run for president next time around voted no on this deal.
Yeah, George, this is a huge gamble for Democrats. They shut down the government over Dreamers, and ultimately it's not clear if they're going to get what they want. As you point out, most of those who opposed are Democrats who've been rumored to be eyeing a presidential run in 2020. We're told Schumer's message to disappointed Democrats yesterday: you have to play the hand you're dealt. It is what it is.
Okay,
George.
thank you, Mary. Let's get more on this from our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega. Cecilia, President took a victory lap overnight.
A victory lap, George. Some might also say tweeting, gloating, I mean. Take a look. It came via Twitter. He said, big wins for Republicans and as Democrats cave on the shutdown. Now I want a big win for everyone, including Republicans, Democrats, and DACA, but especially for our great military and border security. Should be able to get there. See you at the negotiating table. So discussions have already begun. The president invited a number of senators here yesterday afternoon, right after that deal was reached, to start talking about DACA and immigration moving forward, including 2 moderate Democrats. But remember, the president took some heat for largely sitting out on the sidelines during these shutdown negotiations. But, George, now the White House is touting that as a winning strategy.
They are. But if you look at that statement from the president, the other statements coming out of the White House, it does appear that the president's taking a much harder line now on the overall immigration deal than he did a couple of weeks ago with that big group of bipartisan legislators.
Yeah, exactly. And not a lot of trust between the two sides either. That's going to be a major issue as they go forward. The million-dollar question this morning here in Washington is, where exactly does President Trump stand on immigration, on specifically this issue of DACA moving forward? People here in his inner circle do believe he can get a deal done. They say it's going to have to include funding for border security, likely that wall. But remember what Chuck Schumer said just the other day: negotiating with Donald Trump is like negotiating with Jell-O. Even those in his own party have been critical of the president's, what they say is, a lack of clarity on this issue. I specifically asked Sarah Sanders about the president's comments right here in this briefing room yesterday when he said just in September that those Dreamers should not be worried. She wouldn't say that again yesterday, George.
Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. Clock ticking again. Government open till February 8th. Michael?
All right, the clock is ticking somewhere else, George. It's ticking for the Oscar nominations. Oscar nominations just an hour away. And ABC's Chris Connolly is here with our guide to the top contenders. And Chris, hundreds of new Oscar voters this year. That could really shake things up.
Good morning, Michael. That could make a big difference. We're eager to see in just about an hour how those new voters and some exciting filmmakers might upend some old Academy narratives, starting with one much talked about category.
And here are the all-male nominees.
This morning's Oscar nominations don't figure to go the way of the Globes. A Best Director nomination is expected for Lady Bird's Greta Gerwig, possibly Dee Reese of Mudbound, or Wonder Woman's Patty Jenkins as well. Each of their movies Best Picture nominee contenders too.
Hey, how you doing?
So, how handsome is he?
Get Out director Jordan Peele could expect to earn a director nomination of his own. With 774 new Academy voters in the mix for 2018, said to be younger and more diverse in gender, ethnicity, and geography than in years past, a more inclusive group of nominees across the board may be the result. The aim of the Academy's membership initiative in the wake of 2016's Oscars So White protest. Timothée Chalamet and Daniel Kaluuya figure to be among the fresh faces in Best Actor, perhaps putting pressure on such veterans as Tom Hanks and Daniel Day-Lewis.
James Franco.
Eyes will also be on James Franco. The Globe's comedy musical actor winner saw the allegations of misconduct against him go public in the Los Angeles Times the day before Oscar nomination voting ended.
Thank you, Arthur, for your frankness.
Best Actress won't have room for all of the year's standout work. Even the incomparable Meryl Streep, passed over by the SAG Awards, will need to compete against the likes of relative newbies Saoirse Ronan and Margot Robbie. And supporting actress? That's the capital of Oscar speculation nation this morning, with Mudbound's mighty Mary J. Blige in the mix.
You just come back. You come all the way back.
And could it be Girls Trip's explosively funny Tiffany Haddish?
That's hand sanitizer.
Will also be on site to announce the names of this morning's lucky nominees. And so who is about to have one of the best professional mornings of her or his life? Perhaps while they're wearing pajamas. We are so close to finding out, guys.
I love how you say that. Oh, my goodness. But at the very least, we'll have Tiffany announcing the nomination, so that's worth the price of investment.
That'll be a great moment. It always has been. But a lot of drama and excitement. Surprises may be in store. We'd really welcome those, I think.
And you really think those new voters might shake it up?
That's the idea. That was the hope all the way along. There's a lot of shaking up that maybe needs to be done, a lot of people feel, and this could be a big morning for that as well.
And when you say who's going to be woken up by they're already awake. They're sitting around waiting. They're waiting for the call.
They're always in transit, though. They're always nervous that they're going to get called, so you're always hard to find them sometimes.
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to having you here all morning
As
long.
am I.
Now back to Ginger with more on the storm that's moving east. Severe weather, flooding, threats, and strong winds, Ginger?
Yes, right behind me. These pictures is out of just north of Cincinnati. That was hail falling, and that's with the flash flood threat that came through because of really heavy rains, too, in some places. So there are flood alerts well beyond where Gio was standing in Connecticut, all the way down through Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Albany, New York, and up along the coast of Maine. And so keep that in mind as we go through the later morning and early afternoon hours. That's when the heaviest of those storms come through. Really rainy day ahead for us, much colder behind. Let's get to the Tuesday trivia now, brought to you by CarMax.
If you're anything like me, your to-do list just keeps growing. It never stops, which is why the online financing application at CarMax.com is so convenient. Get some of that finance stuff out of the way from wherever you are, at the doctor's office, karate practice, or my favorite, back at the doctor's office. Knowing before you go means more quality time sewing a costume for the school play that is not going to look anything like a frog. Just a little heads up, Mrs. Davis. Yay, kids!
Well, Stormwatch 7 is tracking some gusty rains through your morning commute, and there's even the possibility of a little bit of lightning thunder coming our way. That until about 11 a.m. Slight chance by noon today, but certainly we'll start clearing out the entire day. Still going to be mild and almost a little humid. We'll be at 64 degrees for your afternoon, 47 tomorrow after a bit of a chilly start. And then the weekend, our temperatures rebound back to the 50s with rain through the day on Sunday.
And coming up, two of the women accusing James Franco of inappropriate behavior are speaking out. That interview with Amy coming up.
And new fears about the flu and how fast children are becoming victims. The 6-year-old girl who died after she went to the doctor and her temperature dropped. Her parents now wondering how this could happen.